going on, movie lovers? Welcome back to another episode of Apocaflix Movie News, the movie news podcast from us where we break down the biggest stories throughout the week in the world of, you guessed it, movies. I'm your host, Jacob Bartley, and I'm joined again, as most of the time, with my co-host, Gio Ramos. What's going on?
Hey, man, doing good. I finally saw Friday Night Lights for the first time all the way through.
Nice. I don't think I've ever seen it.
It's a good movie, man. If anybody wants an understanding about why football is so important to some people, watch that movie. You'll definitely learn some stuff about it.
Yeah, good movie for this time of the year with football going on and fantasy
definitely.
Football for us.
Yep.
All right, well, for those of you who don't know how this works, it's pretty dang simple. We gather some of the biggest movie news stories of the week and break them down and give you our opinions. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So first up, we got a new, I don't want to say trailer, but you could call it a TV spot for Doctor Strange, and it's targeting the IMAX audience. So yeah, we got this Marvel's Doctor Strange is coming out pretty soon, and it's gonna be out in November, correct?
November.
Gio, we watched this brand new IMAX TV spot. What'd you think of it, man?
It made me more excited for the movie. Now, the first trailer, It arguably can't do a lot because it came out during the time when they were doing the post-production work for.
As far as special effects wise, there was barely any effects in there.
But in this one, I mean, you see the ancient one just.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
It looks great. The dialogue, they talked about doing rewrites and adding a little more
comedy,
more humor. You can definitely see that. That last line, the
Mr. Doctor thing.
I definitely liked it, man. And the posters don't look. They look pretty good as well. They're all like what would you say, like bright and
it has that shimmer, like the I don't know how to explain it, but it has that look.
It looks great. It looks great. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean, I love the trailer, and I loved every trailer from Doctor Strange. I'm over the moon for this. It shows a lot of the same stuff, which I'm fine with because I don't want to see too much.
Right.
But I appreciate that line at the end, like we talked about, the Mr. Doctor, and he's like, "It's strange, who am I to judge?" Yeah. That was pretty funny, and it's like that's not like I don't consider that like Avengers humor. Avengers Age of Ultron was like little over the top with the humor.
Well, you have Tony Stark,
but that's fine. It works with those characters. But I don't want to see joke after joke in a Doctor Strange film. But if it's subtle and it's peppered in here and there, I think it could really add to the overall enjoyment of the film for sure.
And I do like how the posters, like the characters are like they're standing, but they're like in different positions. It makes it seem like it's normal. And that's what I'm most excited about with Doctor Strange, is that everything that we think, how the world exists and all that, no, it's going to be mind-bending reality, and it's going to be fun to see. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm super excited for this film. We're a little over a month away, so cannot wait. Yeah. All right, moving on to another Disney property, and that is the announcement that Disney is moving forward with The Lion King, a live-action adaptation, and who's directing that film? None other than the director of The Jungle Book, who just brought a fantastical, heavily CGI, animal-based movie to life, with literally the only thing real being the boy who plays Mowgli in it. And before The Jungle Book, we might have thought that it would be impossible to make a quote-unquote live-action Lion King film, even though it's all CGI and motion capture. But seeing that film with there only being one human character, it should be very possible. So, Gio, you hear this news that there's going to be a Lion King quote-unquote live-action movie directed by Jon Favreau. How do you feel about that? And it's an adaptation from the animated film.
Mm-hmm. You took the words right out of me, man. Like, who would have thought, we would go from saying, oh, Lion King, that's a very risky adaptation, to all of a sudden, oh, this is going to be a for sure hit, like,
oh yeah,
and that's what Jon Favreau did with the Jungle Book. He brought us into that world, and he told a story unlike anything we've seen before in a live action movie. And what's funny is it's not even live action. It's all
they need to think of another way.
It's all CGI.
They got to think of another term for these type of films now. They're their own thing.
It's a mixture of live action and CGI hybrid, I believe the term is. But anyways, I'm definitely excited for The Lion King, man. This is our childhood movie, and we're gonna be able to see it from a different way now. And not only is that exciting, but the kids are now gonna some of them are going to be seeing Lion King for the first time, and they're going to be
definitely.
like, wow, and then they're going to go back and watch the animated, and it's going to be special, man. I'm jealous, man. Kids, man, they got it good. They got it good these days.
You know what? I think we had it good watching those originals, though. Those are some great films. We grew up on those. For me, so you tell me this a year ago that they're working on a real-life, realistic-looking Lion King film. I'm like, no. And I'm not one who's against remakes. Not at all. Like, make one. It could be great. You never know. But I still didn't really want them to make a Lion King film because there's no humans in it, and it's like it's just all going to be all CGI. And I'm hoping that they don't bring humans into this one. But after seeing Jungle Book, I changed my mind because some of my even if without Mowgli, put Mowgli aside, I love seeing the wolves interact together. I love seeing all the animals interact together, and you could make a story with just the animals. And I think it would look amazing. So, and seeing what Jon Favreau did, I don't know if I'd trust another director handling it. Definitely him. And I don't know if you heard this, but supposedly it's supposed to feature some of the original songs from the movie. And that will be amazing.
Sort of like how Jungle Book, the bare necessities.
Yeah, exactly. It might be a little updated a little bit.
You need to have Circle of Life in there.
Oh, yeah. And just can't wait to be king. Yeah.
Yeah, and real quick, I mentioned a name in the article of who I would like to see do the music. And the other night we were watching a video from Force Awakens featuring... what's his name? Manuel.
The dude. The dude who wrote the song from the Cantina.
Lin-Manuel Miranda, I think.
Yeah, I don't know his name.
Yeah, I think that's his name. But I would love to see him come on.
Oh, that would be awesome.
That would be great. Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Up next is easily the second biggest trailer of the week, probably after Doctor Strange. But I don't know. I might like this one more. So, the Harry Potter universe is beloved by fans, and although the Potter stories are done for now, Warner Bros. Is keeping the magic alive with Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Scripted by author J.K. Rowling herself, directed by David Yates of the final 4 Harry Potter films, and starring Oscar winner actor Eddie Redmayne. The film got its final trailer this week. The trailer dives much deeper into the story while also revealing the magnificent creatures featured in the title, finally capturing the true attention this movie deserves. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them hits theaters on November 18th and also stars Catherine Waterston, Colin Farrell, Dan Fogler, Ezra Miller, and Jon Voight. So I'll just go ahead and start this one off. I absolutely love this trailer. Now, here's the thing. I am a Harry Potter fan. I grew up on the original films, especially like the first couple ones. I still haven't seen like the last 2 because as I got older I just grew out of it, but I'm definitely going to go back and try to watch them before this new one comes out because I already borrowed the movies from Jake, so I'm going to get to watching those. But and so with that being said, I didn't have too much anticipation for this film, but watching this trailer, I'm so excited for it. And I didn't realize how excited I was until this trailer is. And it's kind of like the Doctor Strange trailer where you when they released the first Fantastic Beasts trailer, the special effects weren't done all the way.
Right.
And you could see the special effects are done in this trailer. It looks amazing. Some of those creatures look beautiful and just incredible. So, Gio, how did you feel about this final trailer for Fantastic Beasts?
Oh, I'm with you, man. I'm so excited for this. In the beginning, they mentioned magical creatures, and that's what I was most excited about, was seeing these creatures, come to life and whatnot. But now I'm more interested in the story. Like, you're gonna have, what do you call it, muggles, people who aren't wizards. Yeah,
just regular humans.
They're gonna start discovering that there's something happening here, and then you're gonna have a story that focuses on, the magic and keeping that, secret. So I'm really interested in that. And also Colin Farrell, man, if he is in fact playing the bad guy, like, I'm really looking forward to seeing his turn, because in the beginning he starts off as like this official guy, like this
like kind of like
this big time,
magician,
guy, and then like, who knows, man? We'll see what happens, but I'm excited for it all. Like, great trailer.
Yeah, I'm definitely really, really excited for this film, and this trailer has raised my anticipation. So, moving on to our next trailer, and with all the news revolving around Tom Cruise's contract dispute for Mission Impossible, it's nearly been forgotten that he has a kick-ass action movie coming out next month. Jack Reacher Never Go Back stars Tom Cruise and Kobe Smulders in a story uncovering conspiracies and running from the law. And it just got a new and quite explosive IMAX trailer. So, Gio, we watched this trailer. It doesn't really show much new, but how did you feel about it?
Look, I'm excited to see Tom Cruise kick ass. He's been really on a roll ever since the fourth Mission Impossible movie. This one looks great. Jack Reacher, you know, him just a little more violent. It's like a more violent Ethan Hunt, put it that way. But I'm not going to watch this movie in IMAX, man. Unless it's a Mission Impossible movie, I don't think it can offer the kind of action sequences that really, really call for like an IMAX, you know?
Yeah, I'm not paying $20 to watch this movie in theaters, you know?
I mean, because you think about Ghost Protocol, it had the debicing. You think about Rogue Nation, it had the airplane scene, and even the motorcycle chase sequence. Those
are worth seeing in IMAX,
yeah,
for
but
sure.
This one, I don't think it's a movie you need to watch in IMAX. Now, if somebody watches it in IMAX and says it's great, then I'm glad you got your money's worth. But I'm still excited for Jack Reacher. I'm going to be there. I love Tom Cruise. He's on a roll.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of the first movie, but I liked it. But this one looks pretty awesome, and I'm a huge fan of Kobe Schmolder, so that adds to that excitement. But yeah, like you said, it's not an IMAX movie for me. It might be an IMAX movie for someone else, but it's not an IMAX movie for me. I'll definitely see it in the theaters. I think it's worth seeing in theaters, but not necessarily IMAX. The trailer was pretty much some of the same stuff we got from the last trailers, other than maybe the last 30 seconds or so, which showed some pretty cool stuff. So yeah, overall, I think we're excited for it, but not like over the moon. It's not one of our most anticipated.
That diner phone scene's getting old.
Oh, they showed it in every trailer. Like, I don't even want to watch it.
When I watch it, it's like I actually hope they cut that.
Yeah, right. I mean, they do that all the time in movies, right. But they obviously think that's funny or something, and it was maybe the first time, but they just keep showing it over and over and over again. All right, now we're gonna move on to some images from the Assassin's Creed movie, which comes out later this year, and I kind of forgot how many potentially awesome movies are coming out this year. So we got some new images, a lot of stuff that we have not seen in the trailers. We got just some of Michael Fassbender, like in the future, some from the past, one with him with the bow and arrow, with him riding a horse, him and I forget the female actress's name, who's hanging from some chains, and then you got a awesome Total Film magazine cover. So Gio, you saw some of these posters, or images, I should say. How do they look to you, and do they raise your excitement for the film?
Yeah, thank God it's Total Film and not Entertainment Weekly. I was worried for a second because they do some terrible covers. I'm sorry, but yeah, I love the images. What I can say is that it very looks like the setting of 15th century Spain. That's one thing that the director Justin Crusoe gets down. Like the setting, it looks spot on. I love the costumes. Michael Fassbender, we know what he can do in an action movie, and he's been excited about this movie for a long time. So I'm very excited to see this. I kind of want to play a little bit more of the game before the movie comes out. Like, I think I might do that. I'm so excited for the video game genre. I want this movie to be great. I liked Warcraft. Most people thought it was decent at best, but yeah, Assassin's Creed, I can't wait.
Yeah, it looks pretty awesome. I think it's going to be one of the better movies to end this year. I hope it's going to be one of the best. I hope it's going to be the best video game movie ever made. That would be awesome, and kind of...
It doesn't have a lot of competition.
Yeah, so. Exactly. I mean, Warcraft, you and I enjoyed it, but overall it was disappointing. So, and these images do raise my excitement for the film. I love the look of it. I love the feel of it. I'm curious. I don't know too much about the game, and I like that, so I'm going to go in like knowing as little as possible and not know how the story's going to go, whether like how he jumps from the future to the past and all of that stuff, and how he's going into the consciousness of, or just the body
of his ancestors,
which is really cool. It's something that I've never seen before, so yeah, I can't wait. And yeah, these images are awesome. All right, well, that'll wrap up our standard movie news discussion for the show. We're going to move on to Take One, Leave One. If you're new to the show, the idea behind this is to put two related news topics, including trailers, castings, or any other announcements, up against one another. From there, we take one of the topics and leave the other. In other words, which piece of news do you like more? It doesn't mean you necessarily hate the other one. So our first matchup is two trailers, and that is for Rules Don't Apply and The Space Between Us. So I didn't know this movie, Rules Don't Apply, was coming coming out, but it's directed by Warren Beatty and also stars Warren Beatty and Lily Collins and Alden Ehrenreich. For those of you who don't know, it's the young man who's going to be playing young Han Solo in the upcoming Star Wars story films. And then you have the second trailer, The Space Between Us. It stars Britt Robertson and Asa Butterfield. I should have said those names reversed because Asa Butterfield's the lead. But you have this young boy who was born on Mars, and he grew up there, and he wants to come to Earth. So Gio, you watched these two trailers. Which one are you taking? Which one are you leaving?
I want to take Rules Don't Apply. We have future Han Solo in the movie, but more importantly, I like those movies where a person breaks the system. They do things the non-traditional way. And that's something that we have here with what's the
actress's name? I don't know the character's name, but
what's the actress?
Lily Collins.
Lily Collins, her character, yeah. And it's funny. We also saw Howard Hughes in there. The Aviator.
Yeah.
Warren Beatty's directing, who hasn't directed a lot, but he's definitely starred in a lot of movies.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. But what was The Space Between Us?
Space Between Us. Yeah.
I couldn't really buy that one because we both talked about it. It's like. It feels like too many movies meshed together, The Martian, The Room, a little bit of Boyhood in there.
It's like that young adult, thing that's going on right now. It's kind of dying out.
Yeah, so I'll go with Rules Don't Apply.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to go with Rules Don't Apply as well. I did not know this movie was coming out. I remember the theatrical trailer for The Space Between Us that's been out for a few months now, and I just... Every time I watched it, I laughed. I don't know. I can't get into it. But I will say this trailer was an improvement from the first one, in my opinion. I'm definitely interested in seeing the film. You never know what it's going to be like. It could end up being a good movie. And I do like Britt Robertson. She was in Tomorrowland with George Clooney. And even though that movie wasn't great, I thought she was great in it. And I think she's a potential rising star in Hollywood. But overall, I really like Rules Don't Apply. I think Lily Collins and Ehrenreich look great. I love the story. I love... I'm a sucker for, romantic thrillers. And it looks like these two characters have to kind of, work behind the shadows and to keep their relationship going. So I'm a big fan of the Rules Don't Apply trailer. I like it, so I'm definitely taking that one. All right, our second and last subject for Take One or Leave One is going to involve 3 movies, and that is the 3 movies that are releasing this upcoming weekend, and those are Deepwater Horizon, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children,
X-Men.
directed by Tim Burton.
Tim Burton's X-Men.
Yeah. And the comedy Masterminds. So, Gio, I'll let you go first. Out of these 3 films, which one are you taking?
Go ahead.
Are you leaving the other 2?
Sorry. Is the Masterminds with Gal Gadot and
it's Zach Galifianakis and it has 3 of the cast of Ghostbusters in it.
Oh, okay. I thought it was that movie. Well, in that case, I'm taking Deepwater Horizon. I've been hearing a lot of great things about this movie. It's arguably Peter Berg's best movie, which, I mean, he's also directed Lone Survivor, which, that pulled some heartstrings on a lot of us. But I've been hearing a lot of great things. The cast: Kate Hudson, Mark Wahlberg, Kurt Russell. I was about to say Russell Crowe. Yeah,
Dylan O'Brien.
Dylan O'Brien's in there. Yeah,
I think Gina Rodriguez is in it too.
Great. But I'm looking forward to this movie the most. I cannot wait to watch this one.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go with Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. Now, I'm kind of
Ava Green.
Mostly,
okay.
I'm kind of rooting for Tim Burton. He gets bashed for some of his later films, but I like him overall as a director. I've liked a lot of his films, and I just love the concept, and I think it looks very original. Even though you could say it's kind of like X-Men, but it seems very different than that. It definitely feels like a Tim Burton film, and I'm a sucker for Ava Green. So you put Ava Green in anything, I'm probably going to take it over everything. So I buy movies that I don't even like because Ava Green is in it. It's crazy. So, yeah, I'm definitely taking Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. Masterminds looks funny, but I don't... The movie was supposed to come out 2 years ago, and they keep doing reshoots and trying to come out. And Deepwater Horizon looks good. And I love that it's based on a true story, and it looks very compelling. But
yeah.
I can't get into it as much as everyone else. Everyone else is so excited for that movie, and I'm just not as excited. I still want to see it.
Are you going to see it in theaters?
Yeah, I want to see it in theaters, but I'm not dying, clamoring to see it. If I get one ticket to go see a movie this weekend, it's going to be Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, in my opinion. And so Gio, let me ask you, do we have a Showdown Sunday for this week?
Yeah, we do.
All right, so to wrap up the show like we do every week, we're going to end it with the Showdown Sunday, and Gio's going to go ahead and tell you about that. So
I wrote an article earlier this week about Jackie Chan receiving his honorary Oscar. I think he's well deserving of it. If anybody's familiar with any of his movies, you know that this guy's a hard worker and he does a lot of his own stunts. And part of that article I wrote, we're still waiting on that next martial arts superstar. You had Bruce Lee for a while, then you had Jackie Chan and Jet Li. But after that, there really isn't anyone else. I mean, I was kind of hoping on Tony Jaa, but that seems less and less likely. So I wanted to ask you, Jacob, between the current, soon-to-retire martial arts superstars in Hollywood, Jackie Chan and Jet Li, which one is your more favorite one? In your opinion, do you think is the better one?
Oh, all right. So like I grew up watching a lot of their movies. Like I remember obviously Jackie Chan and like the Shanghai Noon and
the Rush Hours.
He definitely had the more of a personality, but I always took Jet Li for more of a badass, even though Jackie Chan is more of a badass. But overall, who's done it better over their career? I have to go Jackie Chan. He's a legend. Jet Li is great. He's been in some awesome movies like The One. He's been in a bunch of stuff, and I always enjoy his movies. Like I said, I always was more like intimidated by Jet Li, and I thought he was a badass. And he has such a cool name, Jet Li.
Yeah,
like that's awesome. But if I'm gonna put that aside, I'm gonna go with Jackie Chan. He's a legend. He's had a great career, both in the martial arts genre and then just comedy action genre. So I'm gonna have to go Jackie Chan. And Jackie Chan's a badass too. I just the way they're both portrayed is Jackie Chan's like this big lovable guy with like who can whoop your ass, but then Jet Li's like this dark guy who will whoop your ass. So
he'll whoop your ass even harder. Yeah.
So I'll go with Jackie Chan for that one.
Yeah. Jet Li has done some really incredible stuff in his career. He was in Lethal Weapon 4.
That's true, yeah.
We all remember, I don't know if you ever seen Kiss of the Dragon.
Wasn't Lethal Weapon 4 like his breakout?
It was his breakout role in the American box office. He's done so many movies that you could just watch and just have a good time. But I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to go with Jackie Chan. And, this guy, ever since I first saw him in, I don't know if you ever saw Rumble in the Bronx, where he's just kicking ass in New York City. He's really good in that movie. And ever since then, he's Mr. Nice Guy, where he's the chef and he's on the run from the mob. And then you had Rush Hours and Shanghai's, and I'm still waiting for him to make an appearance because I know they're doing another Expendables movie. I really want him in that movie.
Oh, that would be awesome. That would be perfect for him.
So I got to go Jackie Chan. I love you, man. You deserve this Oscar. And, kick ass.
All right, well, that's going to wrap up Apocaflix movie news for this week. Gio, why don't you let them know where they can find you online?
Hey, I had fun. Jake, I miss you, buddy. Where you at, man? Come on. I heard you did a Padawan without me. You can find me on Twitter at GioRamos24 and check out ApocaflixMovies.com.
Yeah, and as always, shout out and thank you to Jake Berlin for writing up the movie news for us. We really appreciate it, man. And thanks for putting up all those great graphics on the YouTube channel. I'm your host, Jacob Bartley. You can find me on Twitter at JacobBartley_ and on this Apocaflix Movies YouTube channel. Please subscribe and hit that like button. We truly do appreciate it. And until next time, you all take care.